Welcome everyone who is tuning on Riverside. Super excited for this partner webinar. Today's partner program webinar is all about how you can actually promote beehiiv as a partner. So congrats everyone here. Hopefully has joined our partner program. I'm a little bit biased, but I think it's the best program in the business. Let's talk about how you can actually make some money, how you can actually promote beehiiv as a partner. Okay, cool. So here's a little overview of what you guys are going to learn today. So first, I'm going to do a little overview of the partner program. We're going to talk about, what kind of commission structure we have, what are some nice benefits. Then we're going to be running through 15 actual strategies that have been used and implemented by partners in the past to actually get their first commission. And I know a question that a lot of people ask is like, hey, listen, I know it's easy to promote beehiiv or any other service if you have a big audience. How about if I have a smaller audience or I have no audience at all? So I'm going to be sure to cover strategies for those folks as well. Like I said, in the end, we're going to be doing a Q&A. So feel free to have all your questions saved to the end. And we are going to be sharing some great tools, resources, recordings, and strategy docs as well, hopefully tomorrow following up from this. So feel free to keep a lookout via email. So now let's cover a little partner program refresher. I know some of you just joined the partner program, so it'd be good to have an understanding of how it actually works. So let's talk money. From just a monetary perspective, I think we have an unbelievable offer. We have tons of partners that are making really great money month over month, quarter over quarter. So for every referral someone in the partner program makes, they're going to get 50% commission of that for the first 12 months. So right now our monthly AOV is right around $117. So what that means is a yearly subscription on average, a little bit over $1,400. You're walking away with $700 just in commission from that one customer. And of course, this scales up as well. So say you bring in an enterprise customer through a connection, or you meet someone at a conference, they have a bigger newsletter. Let's say it's, $5,000 a month, very big newsletter, for instance, you'd be making $2,500 a month off of commissions for that first year. So it could really scale up big time. Not only do you get money off those commissions, but also whoever's joining from your referral link is also going to get 20% off for the first 3 months, plus a free trial. So we really have it covered on both sides, want to make it mutually beneficial. You can feel good, you're making money, they can feel good because they're saving money, everyone's happy. So we have some back of the napkin math here, just showing you like how bringing in a good amount of referrals could really be game-changing and life-changing in a big way, bringing home an extra, $3,000 a year to up to $70,000 a year. And of course, more, it scales up from that. Another nice little perk that we have, I'm sure you guys have seen it on socials, is the Beach Club, where every quarter the top partner receives an all-expense-paid beach vacation to another destination. This quarter, it's Aruba. So you guys still have time to start crushing it and get a free trip to Aruba with the +1. We have Cabo, Bahamas, Maui, and we're always rolling out new destinations. So maybe if you guys want to throw in the chat, anyone watching here, what their dream destination would be, maybe we could talk about adding that to the partner program in the future. We're also rolling out some milestones as well. So it's not going to just be, the Beach Club. We're also going to have some other nice benefits for people who join as well. We have all different types of partners, creators, podcasters, media, courses, agencies. And I think one of the big things is we're always looking to partner with our partners. Obviously, our people are joining the partner program looking to refer beehiiv. If there's ever anything that we could do to help support people and support our partners, we are always looking to do that, whether that be webinars, guest posts, email swaps, and I could run through some examples of those after. So without further ado, let's get started with strategy number 1 for how to promote beehiiv as a partner, and that is review posts and videos. So this basically is writing or filming a review of beehiiv, highlighting its features and benefits. And we have many people who are completely crushing it on this so far. So right now, like modern consumers don't want products just shoved down their throats. They'd rather see an unbiased interview. So we have a few examples here. The first on the left is Victoria. Victoria has a review of beehiiv that actually ranks on the first page of Google. And she's been able to bring in consistently and passively, after she set this up one time, 500 visitors per month. And that could generate, around 3 new sales per month, which if you think about it, could really scale up, right? If the average sale yearly is bringing her in $700, if you add that up, that's compounding, and that's bringing in a good amount of revenue for her quite passively because she only had to set this up one time. And on the right, we have an example from Matt over here. And Matt has a brutal but honest review of Beehive, which, spoiler alert, it's not so brutal. Hopefully it's honest because we have a great platform. And he's also able to bring in a good amount of money passively coming in. So this is review posts and videos. Also, we'll be sharing a doc. We'll be sharing a document, hopefully, which will highlight like actual steps that you could do to go from 0 to 1 in all of these. So like, say you want to do review posts and videos, what's the best way to get started with that? Another note about Victoria that I forgot, she landed an enterprise client from Beehive, which nets her $500 a single month for a whole year. So taking the time, investing the time and energy to make that review of Beehive has definitely paid off big time. Okay, awesome. Let's go to number 2, which is software comparisons. Pretty similar to review posts and videos, but instead of just being a standalone review or tutorial in Beehive, this is actually reviewing Beehive to a competitor. And this helps people understand why Beehive versus someone else. So like, I remember when I was looking to buy the new AirPods from Apple, I was like comparing them to Bose. I was comparing them to all these other products, Sony's, all these other products out there in the marketplace. And we actually make this super easy for you to do on Beehive, because if you go to Beehive, if you type in Beehive versus one of our competitors, we have a whole page on our site which highlights that through, and we have sort of the review. We try to be as accurate as possible and represent other platforms accurately. We have all this information for you, so you can take this, put it on your blog, put it in an email, put it somewhere, and really do that comparison. And this helps customers see why Beehive is the obvious choice here. We have an example here from Tiago at the Stack Junction, who created a simple comparison post between Substack and Beehive facing off against each other. And the bottom is an article which highlights Beehive versus MailerLite, which email service is the best. It's just side-by-side comparisons. People are able to hone in, see what's the best option for them. And like I said, a lot of this work is already done for you because we did all these comparison charts, comparison tables. They're readily available on Beehive's site and also online. Awesome. Let's go to number 3. It is it's a marathon, not a sprint. Number 3 is, and we have some really fun ones towards the end. So you guys want to stay on for those. Number 3 is the tool page. This is adding Beehive to a recommended resource or top tools page on your site. This is a great one because I can tell you, being in the partner program, I'm constantly speaking to people who have an audience for Beehive, but their audience isn't related to people seemingly who would want to start newsletters. I spoke to someone yesterday. His whole newsletter is for baseball fanatics and reviewing different stadiums. So he said to me, Alec, the partner program sounds great, but what am I going to include, a link to Beehive, my partner link, and an email to like baseball enthusiasts? And I said, you're right, that doesn't seem like the most natural or most natural connection. But what's a big benefit there is, first off, people know that he's starting a newsletter, so they're going to be asking him for recommendations. And 2, people are always curious and wondering what creators are using. So if you're a creator or an influencer or you've built up a brand, people associate a certain amount of trust and authenticity with you. So they're always going to be looking for what tools you'd recommend. And they're going to be listening to different strategies and tips. And a big thing is going to be what tools you're using, especially if you're using Beehive and you're able to really monetize from it, which a lot of our creators are doing a great job of. And we have a couple examples here. This first one is from I forgot honestly exactly where it's from, but it's one of our partners has a tools page where obviously you can see Beehive. You could also monetize with other, partner and affiliate offers here. This is the service I use for editing, newsletter, etc. And then this is Confluence VC. They have like their 2022 tech stack, and they have Beehive under there as well. Just a reminder, anyone who has questions, feel free to throw it in the chat, and I'm going to be more than happy to address them at the end of the call. Cool. Let's keep going forward. Number 4 relates a little bit to the tools page in terms of you could use them together. That's a resource guide or a lead magnet. A lot of newsletters, for instance, use lead magnets and resource guides in a great way. What that basically entails is, in exchange for people following you, retweeting a post, subscribing to your newsletter, you can send them a guide. And in that guide, for instance, you could have subscribe to my newsletter to get the 10 SaaS tools that I can't live without, that like my business has been built off of. And you can include Beehive within that, and it's kind of killing 2 birds with one stone. You're able to get an action that you want from the lead magnet, people subscribing, people following you, whatever it is, And at the same time, you're also able to make money in the back end through the partner link. And this is actually on the right side is an example from the Newsy, a beehiiv newsletter that has a robust lead magnet of like a newsletter starter tools. And Daniel Roman, who's the founder, features top tools and resources. And he has beehiiv in here, for instance. And when you click on that link, it takes him to that part. It's his partner link in there. So he's making money and also driving subscribers. So it's a great way to ramp up your subscriber growth by converting your audience to your email list as well. So that's something maybe we could cover in a separate webinar all about growing an email newsletter for the people that have started. Number 5 is leverage giveaway bonuses or bribes. I know what you're thinking. Bribes sounds really bad and negative, but I promise it's not as bad as it sounds. A really great strategy just in business in general, but especially with the partner program, is every single person here, even if they don't have a big following, has something that would be valuable to your friends, to your followers, to your community. You can offer that, whether that be a service or a product, whatever it is, in exchange for them signing up to beehiiv with your partner link. This is how Matt McGarry, who's a beehiiv partner legend, won the beehiiv beach club and got a free trip. I'm forgetting where. I think it might have been Bahamas, in one of our first beach clubs. He runs Grow Letter, which is a newsletter growth agency, and he also runs a beehiiv publication called Newsletter Operator. His secret strategy, you could see it right here in the tweet, he had a giveaway. So anyone who bought beehiiv with his link, basically he generated money from that, got a 30-minute coaching call, Facebook ads course, beehiiv growth course. So I know what you're thinking, that like, okay, it's easy for Matt to do. He runs a whole community for newsletters. That's true. It probably is easier for him than most people. His audience is already very primed to buy or purchase beehiiv. But this could also be applied to many different things. Say you could provide any sort of consultancy services. Say you're a designer, you could have some design ideas or provide some free design services. I'm sure everyone could think of something here that they could provide in order for someone signing up to beehiiv with their link. So we call that the leverage giveaway bonuses or bribes. Awesome. Let's keep going. We're cruising along here. Number 6 is tutorials. This is pretty simple, straightforward. Tutorials are often searched by current users of the platform, but it's not always the case. Sometimes if someone's determining, maybe I should sign up for beehiiv, maybe I shouldn't, they're going to want to watch like, okay, let's see how you would set up beehiiv, how someone would go in and set up beehiiv. I know, like, for instance, personally, I just signed up for Superhuman, which is like an AI email tool. And before I signed up, I was looking on YouTube at tutorials and I was seeing, okay, is this something that is difficult? Is this something that I'll be able to understand? Something I definitely recommend is people could go in and could make a tutorial, either a post or a video on how to actually use beehiiv, how to monetize beehiiv, how to maybe even get started with the partner program. These are all different areas. And one thing we have here is Matt Giaro has a YouTube video called Beehiiv Tutorial for Beginners, how to get started in just 9 minutes. And you'll notice that in all of his videos, in the description, he puts his partner link and is able to drive some significant traffic to beehiiv and to the partner program that way. So definitely a highly recommended strategy. Number 7 is SEO Keyword Targeting. So SEO has been, people ask like I'm sure it might be a question that comes up here. What is the best strategy for the partner program? Where can I make the most money? Which one of these tactics is the magic one? The answer, unfortunately, is it is completely dependent on you, on your audience, on your skill set. However, I will say we have a lot of partners who are absolutely crushing it and killing it with SEO keyword targeting. So this is something you could combine with a lot of the other things. If you know how to target specific keywords for beehiiv, and you can use tools like Google Search Console. There are a few others out there that we could share after the call. And you find an area that's untapped, searching about beehiiv or searching about like best newsletter platforms. You can make a lot of money just by simply blogging and sharing your partner link. For example, Omid, I think he's the top grossing partner of all time. He's the founder of Marketer Milk newsletter. And he realized in beehiiv's early days that there were certain keywords related to newsletters that were simply underserved. One of these keywords that he found was the search term best newsletter platform. And we actually interviewed Omid. I could share that link after. And he shared he was making $700 a month from his beehiiv partner commissions alone. And this is something he just had to set up one time, get an SEO optimized post, whether it's a comparison post, whether it's a blog, whether it's a review, whatever it is one time, and it's continuously printing him money in the partner program month over month. So definitely a great strategy. All right, I have good news. We're halfway through. We're coming up on the Q&A in a little bit here. So thank you guys for sticking in it. Hopefully you're getting some interesting points here, and super excited to keep going. So number 8, email newsletter mentions. I know someone asked about this previously when I first hopped in. They might say to me, listen, Alec, I already have a newsletter. I already use beehiiv. I love it. How can I make money by promoting the partner link in a newsletter? And that is a great strategy. It's super easy and it's super simple to embed and simply put your partner link directly in your newsletter. Right in the editor, you could do that in the header section, the footer section, anywhere in between. It's completely up to you. This is an example we actually have here from Brandon Story, who has a newsletter called Storytime. In it, he teaches all about like freelance writers, how to write full time and how to go full time on that. And he regularly places beehiiv partner links to promote. This is an example from his newsletter. The caveat I'll say is I'm happy to share examples. People are like, hey, can you share some copy I could plug in? And what I will say that every newsletter has a different tonality. Every creator speaks in a certain way with his audience. Every audience is different. I can give some language, or this is some language that you could try using, but ultimately, whoever has a newsletter knows what will work best with his or her audience. And I'd highly recommend personalize that, testing it out, testing in different sections, whatever it is, and finding out what actually makes the most sense and what's working the best. Let's move on to number 9. Number 9 is social media. Social media, the thing that most of us are unfortunately probably addicted to. Not all of us, but I'm speaking for myself when I say I spend too much time on it. The good thing about social media, good old social media, is you can place your partner link anywhere that you wish, anywhere that your heart desires. My name might ring a bell to you because I spend some time every day going through Twitter or X, going through LinkedIn, seeing all the positive posts about beehiiv where, thank God there are tons of positive posts, and basically telling people, hey, thank you for sharing so much positive news about beehiiv. But next time, just share your partner link and make some money off of it when people sign up. So if you're already talking good things about beehiiv or about newsletters in general, you might as well throw your partner link in there. And this is something that Daniel does, Daniel Roman, the founder of the Newsy, and he places his partner link below certain posts on X after they start gaining traction. So really simple way to start posting. There we go, Daniel. I think you're in the chat. If that's the same famous Daniel from this example, shout out to you. Oh, that's Daniel Burke. Daniel Burke is pretty cool also, but he is not the famous Daniel promoting beehiiv through the partner program. Correct, not as cool as the other Daniel. But definitely a good strategy. Also, you might be thinking to yourself, great, links work in a lot of places, but how about if I want to post content on TikTok? How about if I want to post on YouTube Shorts or Instagram and it's harder to embed a link there? No worries. You can reach out to us, to TG and myself, and we're happy to get you a coupon code. So, instead of getting the link, if you wanted Daniel 20 or whatever, we could talk about that. And then you could share that coupon code to your subscribers. When they put that promo code in and they sign up, you guys will get the partner commission from that. So method 10 is free or paid courses. Recently, I started working with a lot of courses as a recommended tool. This is actually a crazy story. This is Will here on the bottom, and he launched a course called Mastering the Email-Based Course, and it includes recommended tools to set up your email. And he places his beehiiv partner link in that section. And he shared with us that in many cases, he actually earns more money from people who sign up with his partner link than what they spent on his course in the first place, which is absolutely nuts if you think about unlocking another revenue stream for your course. So anyone in the online education space has the opportunity to share unique tools, accelerate learnings. And when you're teaching something, it's natural for you to share tools anyway. So that's definitely a great strategy to implement as well. Okay, next is paid media. This is definitely an area that is massively overlooked in the partner program. In the partner program, you could place links and you could place ads on all of these platforms: YouTube, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Facebook. You could set up paid advertising campaigns to promote beehiiv using your partner link. And since beehiiv is growing insanely fast, this is a really easy way to tap into the hype that already exists and earn some pretty juicy commissions. Just keep in mind that right now, You can't run any search ads. So Google, Yahoo, Bing to promote your beehiiv partner link. But all these other platforms are fair game, and we do have partners that have scaled up campaigns and have made some serious cash. Getting to the very end here, the last few are some of my favorites, some things that are often most overlooked, so excited to share them. Number 12 is webinar on newsletter or adjacent topics. You can tell I'm a fan of webinars. That's what you guys are sitting in right now. Highly recommend hosting webinars and including beehiiv as a recommended tool. You can create webinars on dedicated landing pages to your website. And this definitely works best if you're already teaching a topic on newsletters or adjacent, but any topic that's related to beehiiv, you're in the clear. Another example of this is Matt McGarry, who we referenced before, beehiiv partner legend. He offered a webinar to his ex-audience in December 2023 where he broke down his entire newsletter growth system, and he capped the spots at 50 people. At 100 people, had over 500 try to join, and he was able to seamlessly share his partner link through that. If you have any webinar ideas you think it would be helpful to get beehiiv collaborating with you on, that's something that we are able to offer, as long as you're fairly confident that you can get 50 people maybe interested in beehiiv on a webinar. Feel free to send me an email, and I'm happy to chat about that. That's definitely something that we're doing a lot more of these days in the partner program. Next is guest blog posts. So this is also a super overlooked method in the partner program. And it's also a great growth strategy in general. So you might be saying, listen, I have an audience, it's not so big. My audience already knows about beehiiv. You can tap into other audiences by doing guest posts with other creators. So an example of that is, let's say you have a newsletter where you write about stocks in America, right? Stock trading in America. Say you find someone in Europe that writes about finance in Europe. You could say, hey man, why don't we'll do a guest swap. I'll write a post on your blog about finance in America for the European blog that they might find interesting, foreign exposure. And we'll do the opposite. You come in and run about Europe in my blog, and basically you're getting massive exposure because all of a sudden they're tangential or related audiences. They're able to get value from each other. That's a way I've seen people really grow their follower accounts, but it's also a great way and it's a brilliant way to really network with other bloggers, earn money as a freelancer, build backlinks to your site through SEO, and it's also an amazing opportunity to promote beehiiv through the partner program. Instead of just keep placing your partner link on your blog, which of course I'd recommend, you can actually place it on someone else's website, leveraging their traffic. And this could also really help you establish yourself in the space as well. So definitely highly recommend that. Number 14 is a fun strategy, arbitrage. The way arbitrage works is very similar to paid ads. You're paying to advertise your link, but instead of a traditional ad, you are finding different ad space. You're placing it on other people's websites or digital spaces. And there are tons of ways you can do this. You can do this on someone's blog, as a link, on someone's website, as a display ad, or even as a sponsored ad in a newsletter. And I've actually seen a couple people do this in a really good, in a really effective way. An example we have here is that Fantasy Life, a beehiiv newsletter, accepts display ads on their website from advertisers. So as long as the revenue per click exceeds the cost per click to display an ad on someone's website, it will remain profitable. So you can find some interesting newsletters or some interesting blogs that have to do with people starting email newsletters. You could actually buy ad space there, promoting beehiiv, promoting the partner link. And we have a lot of people who are able to use arbitrage and make some serious money on the back end there. Okay, last but not least, number 15, hosting a challenge. I mean, who doesn't love a challenge? It's a really unique way and a fun way to develop your audience in a particular area very quickly. And it's a brilliant way to plug your beehiiv partner link to create a new income stream. So a great example is say you wanted to start a challenge, how to grow and start a profitable newsletter in 30 days, or how to start a media company in a weekend. You could actually invite other people to partake in that challenge. It's also a great way to grow your personal brand. And depending on your audience and their needs, you could craft a challenge that is very intense in a short amount of time. An example we have here is AI Copywriter Creators, which is a course. And in September 2023, they hosted Start a Profitable Newsletter Business in 30 Days with their audience on YouTube. And in it, they walk through walkthroughs, how to get started, how to launch, how to grow, how to scale. And of course, they posted their beehiiv partner link in the description of every video. It really enabled them to grow and to scale quickly. within the partner program. Amazing. So that is the end of those 15 tips. We're still going to be running through the Q&A. We also have an exclusive partner Slack community that we're working on really fine tuning right now. So happy to share the link with people who joined with some resources after this, but it's going to be a nice feature to have. Thank you so much, Ashley. I'm happy you enjoyed it. Okay, cool. We're going to do an AMA now. Ask me anything. Unfortunately, TG is under the weather. So he's unable to be here. Hopefully he feels better soon. But I am happy to answer any questions. I guess I'll go back and start looking at some of the earlier questions that were asked. Let's see here. Okay. So Jared first asked, one thing he wanted to really understand were the best practices for promoting beehiiv through my newsletter. And he said, how can we achieve this? How can I promote beehiiv through my newsletter? I touched on that a little bit before. If you have a newsletter, it's definitely a great place to promote beehiiv. You could put the partner link directly in there. The copy, you're going to want to customize it for whatever works best for you, for your audience. If you want specific examples, you could feel free to reach out to me. Also, one thing that Daniel Burke is calling in with the following question. Want to vibe with Alec for Q&A. Let's see if I could get him in here.
Hey, yo, what's up? Can you hear me?
Awesome. We can hear you. What's going on, Daniel?
How you doing? Don't mind me. Just here for the Q&A session.
Awesome.
Crashing the party.
Daniel leads our sales effort here at beehiiv, and he's a character. Highly recommend following him on socials, on X and on LinkedIn. And I also
You're too kind.
If you want to, Daniel is hilarious on LinkedIn. If you're more curious about partner stuff, I'm recently started an effort to really build out the partner program in public, on my X account and on my LinkedIn. So my LinkedIn is just my name. X account is, I believe, Alec Krem, ALECKREM. So feel free to take a look there. But super stoked to have Daniel joining the Q&A.
Thanks for letting me.
And maybe we'll feed Daniel the next question here. Let's see what else we got. The next question I have for later looks from Ivan. What if someone has opened up the beehiiv website in the past, either independently or because you mentioned it to them, but without using your referral link, and they later became a beehiiv paying customer? Will the referral go to you if at any point they used your link, or do the cookies with your referral not save if they first visited without the cookies? This is a more partner specific question, but I don't know, Daniel, if you want to take it. If not, I'm happy to.
No, that's all you, man.
TG is the master of this, but I am pretty sure we have a 60-day cookie window with first click attribution. Say if they click on your partner link the first time, and then let's say within 60 days, they see say like 30 days later, a month later, they see an ad for beehiiv on Facebook. They click on that ad, they sign up. You'll still get the attribution for that as long as you were the first click, as long as they came to you and clicked on your partner link first, and as long as it's within that 60-day window. So I'm pretty sure that's the answer there. And that's definitely something we want to provide because we know people might not always convert right away. Daniel asked, was this you, Daniel? If you could share the database? Or
no, that's the other Daniel.
Oh, that's the other Daniel. Okay, the other Daniel, sure, I'm happy to do that. If you want to ping me, message me either on socials or on email, I'm happy to share that database. And also, Yvonne, I'm happy to share the Storytime newsletter also. Let's see if there are any questions that might be good for everyone right now. Why is Stripe the only payment option? Actually, right now, we pay out with PayPal and not with Stripe. We're looking to maybe transition to Stripe, but a lot of regulatory things right now. Okay, Daniel, this is a good question for you. Any tips for newsletters without any subscribers? I could talk about the partner side, but
absolutely.
But Daniel could definitely talk about it.
It's a great question. Lean into your dark social niche community groups. So subreddit, Facebook groups, like fan pages. There are so many different groups on the internet of hyperactive, engaged followers of these niche subjects. So whether you're talking about something as, wide reaching as AI or something as niche as like bat echolocation in caves of the Middle East, which is what my friend did his dissertation on, which is why it's top of mind, you can find people who are obsessed with that type of content. So I recently launched a local newsletter with my wife, hyper engaged. Everyone who subscribes is a parent. Everyone who subscribes lives within a 5-mile radius of our house. We have about 2,000 subscribers now, growing by about 50 per week. But we started organic growth with Facebook groups, word of mouth, and just replying at the right time to the right pages who are in that niche. And so learn how to be a reply guy or gal or person. Learn to be active in the communities and in the groups where your audience is. And it is easier than you think. You don't have to have 100,000 subscribers on a platform to grow a meaningful newsletter audience.
Awesome. People in the chat are saying they're loving that the health changes and the transformation. So you're killing it with the
Thank you,
push-ups.
everyone. Thank you. I know I can do 3 pull-ups now. That's up from 0 a few months ago. So we're getting somewhere.
Next partner webinar, we're gonna be expecting the pull-up bar in the background there, and we're gonna want to see at least 5 from you.
I got you. I got you.
Awesome. Okay, Jake asked here, does beehiiv provide any marketing assets, graphics we can use in our own content? Yes, that's a great question. We have some now. If you go to sort of the partner homepage, you should see some resources. I'm also working on, alongside TG, on getting a lot more resources readily available, like things that you could directly post on socials, copy that you can use and plug in. And you're curious on other ways beehiiv can support your efforts to promote. I heard you mention webinars. Yes, we're definitely always looking for ways we can continue adding value to our partners. So one thing I've done in the past with some larger communities or creators, we'll actually go in and help. They'll market the webinar to their audience. If they can get, 50 people, 50 plus people on a webinar, we'll go in and present on any topic that is relevant for their audience. So I just presented I did a webinar last week to a founder community of about 600 to 700 founders. It was called, Email Newsletters, the Founder's Secret Weapon. And it was all about how founders can use email newsletters to really scale up their business and their startup. So that's definitely something we could collaborate on, just because of our bandwidth, we're looking for people who could bring at least probably 50 people together, I would say. But feel free to email me about that. And what else do we have here? The question is without first link attribution. So I'm not sure about that. You're saying that if they go to your partner link, I don't know if you want to clarify that in the chat. I'm not exactly sure. Reddit's a good weapon to have. It is. Okay, cool. I think that's everything. I think that's all the questions. Daniel, you want to share some parting words with us?
Nope, no parting words. beehiiv is here for the long haul. We all have a shared vision that we're going to continue to build the right products at the right time for the right types of builders and the right types of newsletter operators, large or small. So thank you so much for being loyal to us, and of course being a partner. I mean, that means the world to us. We value who you are and the ways that you help us to grow as a company, and the ways that you have that feedback loop so that we can help you grow with your companies. So that's a huge asset to us. So thank you.
100%. Echoing what Daniel said, thank you everyone for joining. Super excited to get everyone in the partner program engaged using all these strategies. Feel free to ping me at any point if there's anything I could help with. And yeah, until next time. Bye, everyone.